Well, good evening, everyone. It's 5:34 out here on the East Coast, and I guess about 3:34 on our West Coast. I think we had a great day. I These presentations all were insightful. They all covered topics that are very important to how we can move forward with Industry 4.0 and the promise that brings. And I guess I use that word to promise a lot. It is a promise, but I think it's a promise that's being kept. And I think we can see that in this. And there are very, very dedicated, smart people uh, and motivated to make sure that this happens. I'll just, I want to recap just a little bit of how things started out. Dr. Romero talked about manufacturing innovation, and the kinds of things we're trying to do with IMSI to do our part to move this forward. Some of the issues around cybersecurity. What does Industry 4.0 begin to really look like as things have changed for us, particularly in the COVID environment? People, how people work. Those are important things. And then we get into analytics. Very important. How do we make operational decisions day to day that allow our manufacturing firms and others to operate, but then looking towards the future, always looking towards the future, because that's what happens with us with these technologies. Fair a little bit on artificial intelligence, and that is important as well, because we can see multiple uses for it, not just in our manufacturing processes, but in the support processes as well, and throughout much broader than maybe beyond just manufacturing and those support processes. Talked about the SMEs, and that's what our theme is, to talk about those SMEs that Jack brought up. 240,000 people, firms, small firms, many of them under 100 people, that really make this go. So what are the opportunities? What are the things that they can look forward to in the technologies? But also we talk some about industrial development or economic development and the kinds of things that can be done there as well. The presentation on mixed reality or extended reality, that was quite a presentation. And then we just ended up hearing again about business from the chamber, and Arizona is the state that we've kind of picked that had we had, as we had hoped maybe to have a face-to-face and a virtual meeting, would have held part of it in Arizona, but we've continued on with that theme because it is our states where the action is. That's kind of the point of contact for all of our manufacturers are in these states. And so to hear some about Arizona and how it's posturing itself for manufacturing is an important thing. And as we go on with some of these presentations or forums in the future, you'll hear from other states. Tomorrow, we have a jam-packed agenda again, and you can certainly see that. I'm not going to keep you all much longer in that, but we will again have some discussion about artificial intelligence, hear from our colleagues at the World Manufacturing Forum about Back to the Future report, about their artificial intelligence report. We heard those things. We have a little bit of a treat, I think, to hear directly from the person who is in charge of the logistics distribution systems of medical supplies, PPE, multiple things during the COVID response task force. Many of you may have seen Admiral Polowitz on television, but he'll give us a direct understanding of what it took to help fight this virus. And then we'll talk again a little more about additive manufacturing, we'll go on through the day and wind up, I think, with several panels that'll talk about North America, Canada, two actually presentations on Mexico. These are our trading partners. We're in a global world, and we're in North America, and that is quite important. We'll also talk a little bit more about education. A headliner, a panel about how do we fill that personnel pipeline through education, through training, building on some that Dr. Michaels talked about earlier today. We'll end up tomorrow doing something that we thought a lot about, and that is to try to help attract women to manufacturing. Having more than half our potential workforce is women, we need all hands on deck to move forward with this. So we have decided to establish a scholarship that we will give every time we have one of these kind of events. We had intended to be physically in Arizona. So tomorrow we'll announce the first winner of our IMSI Women in Manufacturing Scholarship Award. And it will be something that we'll continue. So that should be exciting. So if you hang around for the end of tomorrow, we'll tell you who that lucky person is. So I thank you all for attending. I think we had just a wonderful day. It went very fast, a lot of information, and I think things in every topic that every one of us can take away and probably use in our businesses or in how we are engaging in Industry 4.0 and manufacturing innovation. You all have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you.